Hello, my name is Philip Tyrone. I'm here with Robert Hoglund, Hoglund Law. We're talking about something that's very, very important here, ERTC funding, and specifically how it relates to attorneys nationwide. So if you're watching this video, and whether you're a bankruptcy attorney, business attorney, litigator, whatever, you're going to learn specifically how you can take this information, use it for yourself, but also, more importantly, use it for your acquaintances, your friends, people who you may know, your business acquaintances who may need this help, and why what you've been told about ERTC in the past may not be the truth. Robert, how you doing?
Good. Thank you, Phil, and thank you for having me on your program.
Absolutely. Well, you have had quite the run with ERTC funding, and let's just start off by that. Talk at a high level, because if they want more information, they'll be able to reach out to you. At a high level, what is the difference? Or what is ERTC funding, and what are people missing in the marketplace right now?
Oh, sure, I can answer that, Phil. Well, the Employee Retention Tax Credit is just that. It's a tax credit for qualified small business owners that have two, not 200, but 2 to 500 part-time or full-time W-2 employees. And the tax credit is, the purpose of the tax credit is very similar to the Paycheck Protection Program. And I'm sure we've all heard of that, and probably all have hopefully taken advantage of that program. And that is the federal government, under the Employee Retention Tax Credit, similar to the PPP, has set aside a significant amount of money or funds for qualified businesses to get a tax refund, which puts that money back into the pocket of small business owners to retain employees. Therefore, you have the Employee Retention Tax Credit. And this program's been around since early 2020. It's gained a lot of notoriety recently, and I'm sure everybody's seen probably TV commercials or maybe received cold calls or texts from companies that have been popping up claiming that they're experts or otherwise in the Employee Retention Tax Credit. Also in the game are small businesses, accountants, and then tax attorneys and tax law firms like ours. We have a division of Hoglund Law for tax, and I've been helping small businesses with tax for over 32 years. And also every client that I represent, I co-counsel with another tax law firm, so you have two sets of eyes on it. Why? Because there's so much money involved here for these small businesses, and these are very ambiguous and complex tax laws, rules, or otherwise. And in this situation, you want to measure 3 times and cut once and get it right. Because if you screw up amending tax returns, and that's what the Employee Retention Tax Credit is about. It's about amending a small business's 941 tax return for the last 3 quarters of 2020 and the first 3 quarters of 2021. And by amending those returns, you're claiming a tax credit where the IRS will issue a check to the small business owner if they qualify, again, for the Employee Retention Tax Credit.
Hey, Robert, how much when we're talking credit, how much are we talking here? Just so
well, this is the shocking part of it, is that based on our results from Hoglund Law and small businesses that we represent all over the country, the average business that we represent gets about $20,000 per part-time or full-time employee. For example, if you have a business that has 30 full-time or part-time employees, they can expect a tax refund of approximately 600 or 300. 30 employees would be about $600,000.
I mean, we're talking significant refund. And what's shocking is that people may have heard about it, or they're confused with the PPP loan and these different type of forgiveness programs. This is very unique, and there's a deadline, right? It ends at the end of the year.
There's a statute of limitations for amending the 941s, which is approximately 3 years from the subsequent year of the quarter in question, I believe is a rule. Or otherwise, this program may just end based upon the fact that funds may run out. I mean, nobody really knows that, but that certainly is a probability. But there's there's been a lot of confusion on the part of small business owners and how they react or understand the employee retention tax credit. And the biggest one, and the one that, you know, just really breaks my heart when I hear this, but the employee retention tax credit, when it first started in early 2020, the rules for qualifying for this tax credit were very narrow. And when they opened this program up, the federal government found that there weren't a lot of businesses qualifying, not as many as they wanted, relative to this pod money or what have you that's been set aside. So over 3 subsequent acts, they opened up the funnel for qualifying. Now, in that note, if you had reached out to your accountant or tax attorney or whomever you thought that could help you with the employee retention tax credit back in early 2020, maybe as early as mid 2021, you may not have qualified. Now the rules have changed where you do qualify, and nobody's ever reached back out to these businesses saying, hey, you qualify now.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, we saw that with when we did this, our initial information call on this with all our attorneys. I had people calling me and saying, well, I can't believe it. I talked to Robert, and under this new category I qualify under where I didn't prior, or my CPA, said I couldn't qualify and I do. We'll get to that in the next video. But the main thing is what I want to do here at a high level, anyone with a W-2 employee, either 2 to 500, qualifies under this sort of like umbrella of the ERTC tax credits. And then what we're going to do in these series of videos is, one, we're going to talk about why it's important for all types of attorneys nationwide. 2, how they can fee share with you because you're a law firm and you're not a CPA firm, right? 3, I want to go into your details on why things aren't all created equally. Like I mentioned about the CPA is saying you don't qualify, now you do. Even your CPA, you're going to tell us a story how they said it didn't work, or it didn't work for your company. And when you dug in deeper, you realize we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars left on the table, right? And 3rd is, it's not just for your firms and people, that are the companies that you run. It's for people, your dentist, your friend, your other business owners that have employees, right, Robert? I mean, this is the concept of what we're trying to educate people on.
Correct.
Okay. Well, good deal. Well, so at a high level, Robert, share your information also, how to connect with you, and also how to connect with you. But obviously, we'll have it down here in the details. But also, anybody that has employees, you want to talk to anybody, right? You welcome them to call you, whether they have 2 or 500 employees.
Oh, absolutely. And I personally vet each client. I don't delegate to another attorney or to a legal assistant or otherwise. Those are conversations that I have with clients because I know how important these relationships are to the people that do refer me their friends, their relatives, the individuals they do business with. So I want to make sure we keep that on an extremely professional level relative to vetting a company to qualify for the employee retention tax credit.
Perfect. And you can reach Robert at 612-482, we'll put this on the screen, 3010. That's 612-482-3010. Robert at ERTCfunding.co. That's Robert at ERTCfunding.co. Click the link for the next video where we're going to talk about how you can fee share with Hoglund Law. Thanks for joining.